So hi everyone, my name is Domenica Escatel and I'm an alumni from Modesto Junior College. I graduated in 2001 and my major was photography and art. So I ended up at Modesto Junior College because I had no choice. It was what was available to me, and coming from, Latino parents, I really had to convince them that this was the next step, and MJC really was my saving grace. It was my ticket out, because being a first generation college graduate, I didn't have parents that could navigate the school system with me. And I knew that Modesto Junior College was affordable, it was around the corner from where I lived, and it was going to be an easy sell for my parents. And so that is where I came. I spent 3 years here while I worked another full-time job. And I'm so thankful for the community here because, I was able to transfer to a state university because of Modesto Junior College and the faculty that works here. Well, I didn't really wake up thinking I was going to be a photography major, but it just kind of happened. I took a course in photography and I fell in love with being able to be in the dark room, being able to just, feel the science behind it with the chemicals and then larger. And it also gave me an opportunity to bond with my family because they had to take me all over the county to be able to take photos. So it was an opportunity to go to like Sonora, to go to Colombia, places that we didn't go as a family. And also it was my first experience going to the ocean. So I come from a family of very hard workers, and they never took vacation. So my mom working in the cannery, both of them having a history of working in the fields, they didn't take vacations because their life revolved around working. And so this was the first time that as a family, they had to take myself to go and these different places so I can go and meet the assignments that were due. And I really loved that it gave me that opportunity to bond with them and create these memories that otherwise we wouldn't have and didn't have up until that moment. And so as I got feedback from my professors, they absolutely said, Domenica, you have a eye for this. I think you should major. And I started listening, and that's exactly what I did. I listened. Well, I really love the assignments because they really forced me to go out into nature and definitely learned about the different photographers that existed. And I really fell in love that there was an opportunity for female photographers, especially women of color, to really step into the field where there really wasn't a lot of us. And so I take really pride into, being a pioneer, especially in my family with having no photographers. And I just really love the assignments to be able and to capture shadows in the walkways, to be able to play with light. I know that one of my favorite holidays is the 4th of July because I remember the assignments that we would do would be light writing. And I had never really experienced that and tapped into that creative side of photography. So I love the ability to be able to just play with different mediums and really work and manipulate the environment to create some really amazing pieces of art. And so towards the tail end of my journey in photography, we really dove into digital photography. And so that was a whole new ball game, and I really fell in love with the instant possibilities of digital photography. Here in the Ansel Adams building was where I existed for the last 3 years here in the West Campus. So it really, walking up here even just today, brought back some amazing memories of just the community. Being able to bond with the students that were in the program and even out of the program. My fondest memories are really just being here, being outside, having lunch with, the person that was sitting next to me that I wanted to get to know more of. I really built my confidence here and my comfort, and I was able to have that transition between finishing high school, having this, a couple of years where I just kind of figured things out, and then I was able to know exactly what I wanted to do, where I wanted to go, and I was able to convey that to my parents to be able to have that transition and go to that state university. And so I'm so thankful for those moments where I had a cup of coffee with a professor and just building that community with the students that went here. Okay, well, what I do now is I'm a small business owner. I still do photography, so I do a lot of weddings and senior portraits, and a lot of the photography that I take gets converted into art pieces that I sell online. So I do a lot of e-commerce. And then aside of that, my small business focuses a lot on workshops, art-based workshops, very creative things that we do. We do vision boards and building a lot of that community. So if you see, it's kind of was a trend during my career that I wanted to make sure that where I ended up, I was always gonna have something where I was able to build community. And so I do a lot of speaker events where I invite different entrepreneurs and females and allies to come and tell their story. And so it's really something, my way of giving back to my community to be able to provide those experiences. What I love about MJC is that it's opportunities. Here you have a safe place to discover who you are, what you want to do with your life, and there's no judgment, and it's that really embraced also my culture. One of the things that I love the most is the different events that were like, for example, Day of the Dead, that really honor the customs and the background of where I am from. While I was attending Modesto Junior College, there was the Hispanic Education Conference, which I got to attend as a participant, and then years later I was able to participate as a workshop leader. I was able to join the art-based clubs, and so those clubs were an opportunity for me to meet the art community, and I still have a lot of friends that I still keep in touch with that came from the clubs that were here at Modesto Junior College. For anyone that is listening, that is considering what to do next, definitely Modesto Junior College was that critical point that thanks to the faculty and counselors here, they were able to help me navigate this space and what to do next with my life. So I definitely encourage all of you to consider Modesto Junior College. The faculty is amazing, and the opportunities that really stemmed from my time here are really why I'm standing here today and talking to all of you. So good luck everyone in your journey. Happy birthday, Modesto Junior College!